and Sheba ignored to adored. Get their love in 12 days. Guaranteed or your money back. When you need longer-lasting body pain relief, try Aleve. Just one dose of Aleve provides pain relief for up to 12 hours. Hey, cheater. Body pain. Aleve. Longer-lasting body pain relief. All new drinks are here. From crafted sodas to refreshers. Who knew ice cold drinks could be so fire? Try them all now at McDonald's. Moderate to severe eczema with that unbearable itch. When it's uncontrolled despite topical treatment, relieve itch fast for clearer skin that lasts. Nemluvio blocks the signaling from IL-31, a switch that triggers key symptoms of eczema. Do not take if allergic to Nemluvio. Serious reactions can occur, some severe. Tell your doctor about any medicines you take. Yeah, 76. Let me get that. Come on. The most common side effects are headache, joint pain, hives, and muscle aches. Ask about Nemluvio today. Will is not checking out. That's 760, bro. Oh, that's incredible. No one use. Oh, check out offered by banks and unions. Fuck. It checks out. Kevin Hart here to tell you all about Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus. 43 hours. It's spicy, balanced with a sweet and tangy citrus touch. New jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with more main character energy than Kevin Hart. New Cologuard Plus? Yep. Colon cancer screening delivered to your door. Check. No prep? Check. Non-invasive? Checkity check, check. And it detects 95% of colon cancer, similar to colonoscopy. Checkity check, check, check. The Cologuard Plus test is for people 45 plus at average risk. False positive and negative results may occur, not for those at high risk. Introducing Cologuard Plus. It's the box that checks all the boxes for screening. Ask your provider or request Cologuard Plus online. Hi, welcome. Sports Center from the Macy's Capital. I'm Scott Van Pelt. We will have full post-game coverage of the New York Knicks' victory in Game 1 of the NBA Finals on the road in San Antonio. We will visit with Jalen Brunson, once again, the man of the moment. Jeremy Lin makes his debut in our studio here. Happy to have him with us. Our analysts from the floor in San Antonio as well. We got you covered wall to wall, and we begin with the game of the evening and how we got here. As we saw in the Stanley Cup final, the road team goes on the road and makes a statement. Early first quarter, the Spurs trailing 10-4. Josh Hart bullies his way to the bucket, and Victor Wembanyama not having any of that. They head back the other way. Big fella stops and buries the three. Defense on one end, and then offense on the other. New York still leading in a low-scoring start to this game. That's just a good scout. Cornette knows that Brunson's looking for the alley-oop. They defend that. And how about the youngster, Dylan Harper? Three the hard way. It's a 9-0 run from the Spurs. That was really the theme of this evening. They finished the first on a 20-5 run here. You see that Julian Champagnie, who starts red hot, hits the three. But New York's worried about Brunson as Harrison Barnes lands on that leg. He heads back to the locker room, but would head back to the bench and back into the game. It was 27-19 after one. It's now a 4-point game. Big body Brunson, the floater on Devin Vassell. And as he hits the deck here, kind of gets stepped on. He was looking for a foul ball from Scott Foster. Didn't get one. It's a 1-point game here. Champagnie again. He was one of the many heroes on the road in Game 7 with 6 triples, and he's whooping as he heads back the other way. And then a beautiful feed from Fox with the left hand in the corner. All 3 of these. Champagnie had 5 first-half triples into 7-point San Antonio leads. It's growing now into the third. And again, it's Harper. Oh, that's just silly from the young man. Just 16 points, the most by a Spurs rookie in the franchise's history in the finals. Karl-Anthony Towns, though, was a monster on both ends of the floor. Gets the rebound and the putback, and now it's just a 2-point game. Then Brunson puts on the brakes, hits over Champagnie. Born in New York City and, of course, played for St. John's. Now on the other end, it's Wemby. And as soon as he gets there, you know he can dunk, and he does. Beats Mitchell Robinson to the cup and has the length to get the dunk, and we're tied heading into the fourth. We're tied just about midway through the fourth, and then look, you see.
Got help.
Brunson attacks with a left-handed float once again.
It's already there.
He's trailing the play again. It's
Help.
Brunson to the cup, and the lead now grows to 6. On the other end, Champagnie way off in the second half. The lead is 6. Brunson doing what he does with the scoop. And the ability of the New York Knicks to get in the way of Wembanyama like a chip, if you will, like a running back, maybe trying to block a defensive end to keep Wembanyama away. Or Wembanyama there, though, on the other end.
It's no A.
And it's a 1-point game. They now lead by 1. And after New York got stuck on 94 seemingly forever, it's Brunson with the big 3 that gives them the lead. Now it's Wembanyama who slips and hits the deck. And the Spurs are stuck on 94.
Yeah, letters there. I got it.
And it's Brunson again, working through, up and under the cell. 13 in the fourth. It's not a great shooting night, but the box score doesn't tell the story.
Yeah, got it already.
Important moments of the game, dude.
I don't know what it is.
105-95. 12 straight dubs. We welcome the man of the moment to the Volkswagen post-game show. Jalen Brunson joined us. Jalen, Scott Van Pelt, thank you for the time, as always.
Yeah, I got deep already. Deep.
So just spun on your shoulders. The game just ended, and I'm asking you to describe things that maybe are hard to describe. But here's what I'm asking you: can you explain to me the level of comfort that you seem to find in the moments that matter the most, when you seem to be unbothered by whatever the circumstances and are able to deliver what has to be?
Still got one more.
Yeah, I'm just finding a way.
Heal.
Throughout the game was my best, but through thick and thin, I trust my work, trust everything I do, and I stay confident in those moments.
Got
It
it.
seemed, you tell me, but it seemed that both sides at times, like a fight. It felt like there were levels of exhaustion, and what seemed to me from a long way away to be an awfully physical game. Is that a fair way to describe what you experienced out there?
I mean, there was 2 teams who's going at it. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the end of the road, and everyone's going to give their all. Everyone's going to find a way. So, I mean, we're expecting them to play their best because that's what they've been doing all year. So, regardless of the situation, we got to come ready to play.
So it's runs back and forth. They're up 14, then you tie it. You're up 8, then they go in a 9-0 run. Now you're down. I mean, in those moments, the calm and the resolve of your group has been tested quite a bit during this 12-game winning streak. But your ability to find a way, as you always say, how much belief does that create within the entire group, Jalen? Not just you, but within everyone, that we will find a way to get another one?
I mean, it's been our motto. I mean, no matter what's going on, we're always going to try to find a way. We're going to learn from what we did tonight because obviously it wasn't our best game. There's a lot of things we can improve on, but you got to be ready to go for game 2 for sure.
Yeah, your podcast made Josh Hart. I asked Tim Legler about it. He had 3 points, so okay, he didn't do a lot. What he gave your team in terms of rebounds, points, and steals is insane. What kind of impact was he able to have, and the ability to seemingly grab every
moving slow? Let me put it back.
I mean, that's the man I've known since college. When he gets a little chip in the shoulder, when he gets mad, he finds a way to get every board. He's going to impact the game somehow, some way. That's just who he is.
I know it's the end of the road. I know everybody's got bumps and bruises. You look like the ankle got stepped on, the knee got bumped into. You said at least I'll be fine, but like 1 to 10, what kind of pain are we in right now?
I'll be good to go.
There you go. You didn't answer the question, but I had to ask you. You know how that works. All right, Jalen, I appreciate the time tonight. Good luck Friday, okay?
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
It's 12 consecutive victories in the playoffs for New York, 7 of them on the road. They're the 3rd team in NBA history to do that in a single postseason. Last lost, by the way, day 1 of the NFL draft, which feels like it was, I don't know, a year ago. The previous 2 teams both won a title. Warriors in 17, Steph and KD. They were a win away from an undefeated postseason. The 99 Spurs, who knocked off the Knicks in the final. It's a pleasure to welcome Jeremy Lin to the set, a champion with Toronto, a man that had a memorable time in New York, as everyone is well aware. And I laughed with you as you and I sat and watched this game, and I explained, we're going to take notes for 4 quarters. We're going to have all this really good stuff. Then we're going to sit on the set, and 95% of it is not going to be what we talk about. And that is exactly what happened. Let's just start at the end and work our way wherever you want to go. New York's ability in a game of runs where Brunson wasn't ready to find the victory. What to your mind was most important about how they did it and most impressive?
I mean, let's start with the obvious, Captain Clutch. Brunson, when it comes time to it, just the ability to take over a game, his killer mentality, that is one portion. The part that I am just blown away at is Cat's defense. Cat's defense on Wemby. Of course, he has 18 and 12, and he imposes his will on the offensive side. But his defense on Wemby was what was so impressive. He made it very difficult for him all night. Wemby really struggled from the field. And then I got to give love to Josh Hart. Like you said, 3 points, but to lead the Knicks in rebounds, assists, steals, plus minus, to do all of that with taking only 5 shots, he is in many ways, to me, the heart and soul of the Knicks, and putting those 3 together.
And one of the subplots that came out of the Spurs Thunder series was Chet, particularly in that last game where he only took 2 shots, didn't shoot the last 31 minutes, and just looked shook, frankly. Karl-Anthony Towns is going to test Wembanyama on both ends of the floor in ways he really hasn't necessarily been, or at least wasn't in that last series. How much is that going to be something that we'll get to adjustments later? But how much do you think is that something that notably bothered Wembanyama tonight?
So I think that's the key to the series is Cat. I think Cat's ability to shoot and shoot from deep with a quicker release than Chet. Mm-hmm. Early in the first quarter, you see he just is driving downhill, right at Wemby, just taking it to him. And then defensively down the stretch, Wemby seemed tired. He seemed exhausted to the point where in the second half, they had to switch defensive coverages so Wemby wasn't guarding the pick and roll all the time. And that is something in the fourth quarter that it wears on him. And Wemby just started to ISO, and couldn't score on Cat.
Always do the same thing you guys would do after a game and look at the box score. My eyes are drawn to 6 for 21 from Wembanyama in this one. And look, they expelled a great deal of mental and physical energy in beating the reigning champs on their home floor. And now on this night, they dropped the opener to New York. Wembanyama afterwards with his thought on what they got to get right heading into game 2.
It's almost not like I have anything to figure out. It's almost like I have to play normal, not even good. I just, it's like I'm just doing the right things is enough. It's when we play bad, when I play bad, is when we shoot ourselves in the foot. It's this is why I'm not worried. It's we're gonna be so much better. I'm gonna be so much better.
That seems reasonable, right? I mean, if you 6 for 21, that's not a normal night for him by any stretch of the imagination. And when he was on, it was April, Jeremy, and I asked him, like, the one thing you guys haven't done has been in the playoffs, and he said, "Hey, screw it, we haven't." Well, now they're in the finals, so it's not new to them. But maybe the emotion in the moment tonight is new, right? Because it is the finals. You're 4 away. I wonder if that impacted this team as you watched it. Is that something that perhaps was part of this evening?
I think that's something that they've done a great job of leaning into. Like, it's actually a strength that we don't have the experience, and you hear them talk about different quotes, and they have this blank slate of what is possible. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it is the finals. There is a different level of spotlight. There's a different level of criticism. And on top of that, they went 7 games in a grueling series.
No question. And New York's been rolling through everybody like a hot knife through butter.
New York is rested. They're number 1 in points per game, number 1 in points in the paint, number 1 in pace, number 1 in transition. This is amongst all teams in the playoffs. And so this is a fast-paced team, and the Spurs are going to be fatigued.
All right, we're going to get to adjustments later, but just one quick one that I do want to get from the card to the people, and that's the way that New York off switches with Karl-Anthony Towns, something for folks to keep an eye on, how that can lead to a mismatch, whether it's on a shot or through offensive rebounds. I thought that was important.
Yeah, they're doing this peel. The Spurs are doing a peel where if Jalen Brunson breaks the 3-point line, the guard who's guarding Brunson peels off to Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns did a great job of just getting into the paint, trying to get offensive rebounds, and that's, the biggest difference in the game, if you look at the advanced stats, was second chance points, a large part due to Cat.
Yeah, he had a dozen rebounds, 4 offensive, and it's just off those mismatches, I found it fascinating what you pointed out to me because off the guard, maybe he's not shooting over the guard, but now he's able to get a rebound over the guard, and that's part of that switch and peel and whatever. It's just this man knows a lot about the game. I'm trying to share it with you, and most of what was on the card, most of what was on the card, we just checked out the window. All right, we'll talk adjustments because that's something that people are always interested in a little bit later in the program. All right,
I appreciate it, Scott.
we're gonna get our money from Jeremy tonight. More on the Knicks continuing their role, not just on the road, but in the playoffs. We'll visit with Michael Wilbon and Stephen A. Smith from San Antonio as the show continues.
The post-game report is brought to you by Volkswagen. Live life in the driver's seat.
Every bus member knows free delivery means unexpected guests of any size are not a problem. Carl looks like he can eat.
He's a machine. This is why I'm a Walmart Plus member. Groceries delivered for you today.
I see you, Carl.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola, original and cured vanilla. The Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners. It's unbelievably Pepsi.
You're unbelievable.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Try it now.
We're all unreasonable about something. For us, it's creating an uncompromisingly delicious burger. Handcrafted, consciously made. Maker's Mark. Perfectly unreasonable.
Let him do his thing.
Oh,
It's Friday. Feel the power in IMAX. That's for some universe. CDP13. Only beers Friday. It's rare when something is so richly detailed. It reveals something new every time you own it. Never cease to be amazed in the fully redesigned Lexus ES. Because a car that doesn't make you feel something stops short of amazing. Cars are cool. Rental cars are not cool. Cars can come in all shapes and sizes. Rental cars are mid-sized or similar. Cars are all about the details. Rental cars are also about the details. It's cool when you can pick the exact car you want and pick it up exactly where you want. Like here, or even way out here, but never here. No one wants to be here. You want to be here. Sure, rent a car, not a rental car. Taking a little breather. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Government knows how far guys will go to stop sweat, and they've heard it all.
Just stop taking blow dry your pits.
Just make your own. New 96-hour Dove Men Maximum Protection. Keeps you dry longer than you need and cares for your skin.
The Sprite Berry Blast is here with berry flavors and cold foam. Sprite from McDonald's just got bluer. One of the many new drinks now at McDonald's.
Optimal poop in 10 days. New Iams Proactive 5 for healthy digestion.
This is what everyone's talking about.
Everything's on the table.
This is what champions come to take. This is what everyone came to see. No do-overs. No second chances. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is winner take all. The NBA Finals, Knicks, Spurs, Game 2 on ABC and the ESPN app.
Vegas started the Stanley Cup final with a road win. The New York Knicks answer in kind on Wednesday in San Antonio, and they pushed their postseason win streak to a dozen games. Their first finals win since the '99 finals. Their fourth finals game one win in franchise history. Previous three all came against the Lakers. The last was back in '72. New York now has 7 consecutive victories away from MSG, which is tied for the second longest road winning streak in a single playoff run in the history of the NBA. They're one shot tying Shaq and Kobe's 2001 Lakers, who won their second of 3 in a row. Mike Brown's squad improved to 4-0 in Game 1 this postseason. First time they've done so in franchise history. They've won their last 5 playoff series after winning Game 1 on the road, dating back to '99. Pleasure to welcome Michael Wilbon and Stephen A. Smith to the program. Stephen A., I'm going to let you go second and empty the clip on New York. We're going to give the elder statesman of our group here, Michael Wilbon, a veteran of so many NBA Finals, the first word on what we saw tonight. New York's ability to withstand the runs in a game of runs and their ability to get the ball in the hands of the man who delivers when it matters most, Brunson. That's what the headline will be. To your mind, what was most important about the manner in which they won?
Brunson, and more Brunson. Scott, and you just talked to him, and it was amazing sitting here watching him just carry them home. After, early in the game, he goes back to the locker room. He runs off the floor reluctantly, goes back to the bench, is on the bench for a while. They don't know. You guys talked about sort of the feeling of a heavyweight fight. It was. And for Brunson, it was like he has to take a standing 8 count. What can the Knicks do without Brunson? And I'm sitting next to
he's drunk.
who Stephen A. won't admit it now, Scott, but he was damn nervous in real time. And you want to see the best players in the world, and particularly the 2 best players in this series, Brunson and Wemby, go and be healthy and go through this series as hard and as long as they can go. But in that moment, you don't know if Brunson can go, and he delivers again. He looks like the most clutch player in the league because that's what he is.
Hollis, Queens in the building, New York City in the building, Stephen A. Smith. You can't win the fight. You can't win the fight in the first round, but you can make a statement in the first round and grab another victory, 12 in a row, 7 in a row on the road. This New York Knicks team you're watching, what impresses you most about them?
The guns, the great, the kind of thing that we thought was gone when Tom Thibodeau walked out the door. We watched them for the first 75% of this season. We didn't know if we were going to see it come playoff time, but absolutely they stepped up. And tonight was the latest example of what happened. They were up like 14-7. San Antonio closed the first quarter going on a 20-5 run. They looked like they could handle the New York Knicks, but the New York Knicks just wouldn't go away. Washington, Miguel Bridges or whoever it was, goes in and Brunson's knee. His knee's hurt. He's got to go to the out of the game. He's got to go to the locker room. He comes back. He gets his ankle stepped on.
Yeah.
He won't come out the game. He's still there.
Yeah, he's tired.
Get a shot.
Took him for a long walk today.
Saying Wemby's the biggest dude, the tallest dude on the court, but I'm gonna take advantage of all these other little guys. Y'all got the nerve to put on me. I saw OG Anunoby. All of a sudden he couldn't find a shot, and the next thing you know, he hits 2 big time threes. And then when it's time to close, okay, after you have a 14-point deficit, after you come back from that, then all of a sudden you give the ball to Jalen Brunson. And what does he do? What he always does. He closes for you. This is what I'm talking about. We were looking to see if we were going to see this from the New York Knicks. But we saw it against Philly. We saw it against Cleveland. We knew neither team got up to the San Antonio Spurs. You can do it again in the finals on the road. And that's what the Knicks did. So anything that the New York Knicks fans believed about the Knicks coming into this series was validated in Game 1 tonight. And that's why I'm excited. Not too much. I got to hold it back. You got 3 more to go. But this is holding back. This is holding back.
Michael, I'm going to give you down. The final word, Michael, are you mentally prepared for what you will deal with if 3 more wins come for the man next to you? Are you mentally prepared for that?
Scott, because we're in the same building all the time. Exactly. Stephen A. at this level, and Tony, and more guys. I'm surrounded by New Yorkers that I love and work with, but it's a bit much.
Yeah.
But look, there is a long way to go in this series. But I will say this: the Knicks to come on the road do this. I did say I wanted to pat myself in the back. I said they will be down between 4 and 11 points at some place. At some point, they got to play the rust off. They did that. They played the rust off. And so to me, they start in Game 2, not just in a much better place from being up 1-0, but what they'll feel about themselves and their game. And it's up to San Antonio to do what they've done multiple times already, which is respond. The Spurs have been good at that, Scott.
Yeah.
But be calm and say this.
All right.
The New York Knicks won. Josh Hart didn't shoot the ball well. OG wasn't particularly great. Mikael Bridges wasn't particularly great shooting the ball, and they won anyway. We will be calm,
There we go.
but it's 3 to go, baby.
Understood. First to four. First to four. Fellas, I appreciate the time. We'll talk again on, if not Friday, I'll see you in New York City come Monday for game 3. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you.
Sounds good, Scott. Thank you.
3 to go, Stephen A. Still plenty more to come after the Knicks take game 1. Tim Legler, Brian Windhorst will join us from the floor in San Antonio with their perspective on New York's victory. Also, Jeremy Lin back with us in studio, and that is next on SportsCenter.
First round? That's not what I'm hearing. I don't.
Right now.
Sore, swollen, and stiff joints from psoriatic arthritis are tough to deal with. But I found a treatment that can help. Now with Benzellix, I'm back to less joint pain and stiffness.
Benzellix can deliver fast and lasting relief of joint pain and stiffness. For some, 0 swollen joints and 100% clear skin for most. Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections and lowered ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease have occurred. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to. Before starting, get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems.
Start to say I'm back to less joint pain and stiffness with Benzellix.
Ask your doctor about Benzellix.
As a veteran, I turned my skills from the service into a career in tech. But before I got the training I needed to grow, before a mentor helped me reimagine my future, and before I made it happen, I was hurt.
At JP Morgan, yes. Listen to what people need. That's why we invest in job training programs all across America.
Come here, boy.
We're building skills. Together, we make what matters.
Oh boy,
What is the $7?
so handsome.
Sonic? The real question is, what doesn't it get you? Enjoy a full meal plus premium chicken bites for just $7. It's the $7 Sonic Big Deal Meal.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It happens every morning. Full body nutrition and fuel to start whatever's next. Wait, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 26.
Hey, you're not buying your toys for the Super Bowl?
Hey, what's up?
We're in LA.
Like Toy Story?
Toy Story.
The whole company's going. Let's roll. Let's go. We're never gonna make it. It takes some kind of unbelievable Super Bowl Hail Mary. That's not funny.
To Super Bowl 61. You don't know why.
You can push through anything as long as you believe.
Family calls Alan. Yes. He always rises from the act.
Eternal never takes emergence, but he didn't escape judgment.
Career defining moment. 37.
And the world is watching it.
When you're bringing your team together to connect and refocus, Fortin invites you with polished, unified, and ready for what's next. For personal students, design, expertise, and unmatched quality. Visit fortimprint.com.
Imprint for certain.
You know what they're saying in the big city. Go New York, go New York, go. They're off to a winning start in the 26 finals. And the man of the moment, as he has been so often, Jalen Brunson. The box score doesn't tell the story. What he did in the fourth does, rattling off 8 consecutive points for the Knicks, which pushes them to an 8-point lead. They trail by 14, by the way, in the second here. OG Anunoby the miss, and it's Brunson who knocks it out to Bridges. Back to Brunson in the corner, and that whole Spurs bench knew this is the wrong guy to be nude in the corner because he might just bury it. He does. New York back in front. The Spurs could not get the scoreboard on the other end, and Brunson steps under Vassell. That pushes him to 30, and the Knicks roar back to grab a 10-point victory. They're now 6-0 this postseason when Brunson scores 30 or more. Mike Brown with thoughts on his do-everything guard.
He's a game man. He in the biggest moments, he shows up, and that's what MVPs are supposed to do. We put the ball in his hands and said we were going to die with him, and he got it done for us, and that's happened time after
Got no snacks for you, man.
time. He got to the spots and he made plays.
Tim Michael joins us now from courtside in San Antonio on a night, Tim, where at times each side looked exhausted. The level of physicality was high. The night, for the box score perspective of Jalen Brunson, might not have been great. But when the game was there to be won, number 11 for New York made the winning plays. How do you describe his ability to play his best?
See you later.